Welcome to the Castro Valley Compass, navigating your week through Castro Valley. Brought to you by the Castro Valley School of Music. We bring music to life. For information about private and group music lessons, call 510-397-0721 or visit us at cvsom.com. And now, here's your host of the Castro Valley Compass, Shane Sharkey.
Hello, and we are excited to welcome Patti Zappa to the Castro Valley Compass, here to talk about the organization One Warm Coat. Welcome, Patti.
Thanks so much for having me.
Oh, I appreciate you taking the time to talk to us about this. I've heard about the One Warm Coat organization for quite a while, and happy to say that the Castro Valley School of Music is collecting coats this year. And we've just put a big box out in our lobby, and we put up some signs, and we're collecting coats till December 16th. We're trying to do a total of 20, but we've already got pretty close to that, and we just started. So maybe we can just start off by tell me a little bit about what is the One Warm Coat program?
Sure. So One Warm Coat was founded 32 years ago in San Francisco. And we started just as one coat drive. So a woman named Lois had a coat she wanted to donate, and she couldn't find anywhere to donate the coat, which she thought was wrong. You know, she thought, like, if people have things like this, if they want to donate, I should be able to find somewhere to donate this. So she started in San Francisco and would do one coat drive for one weekend to the beginning of Thanksgiving. And that continued for about 7 years until our national founder, Sherry Wood, approached her and said, you know, this is such a great idea. This needs to be happening everywhere, all the time. It shouldn't just be for one weekend. There are so many people that need coats, and so many people that have coats that would love to give them, you know, if given the opportunity. So Sherry took our program and made it a national organization. So we support between 4,000 and 5,000 coat drives a year.
Wow.
We have a really simple program. On our website, it's a 3-step program for registering a coat drive, promoting a coat drive, and collecting coats. So it's really easy. Anyone can do it, you know, schools, preschools, big corporations, and everyone in between. And it's a really great program that you can have small, and individual can do it for a weekend, or a company might choose to do it for 6 weeks. So it really is very easily adaptable to kind of whatever it is you're looking to fulfill, as far as what sort of event you're looking to hold, where you're looking to hold it. And it's really fun. It's great for people to get involved with in making promotional materials and asking their friends and family. And we've seen such fun pictures and videos over the years on social media, you know, people getting involved, and people love to make a difference with their coat drive. And, you know, it's a great program. The way our program works is, as staff members, we never hold the coats. So our volunteers, like your school, collect the coats, and then the coats go directly to our nonprofit partners, which is a very cool model. So we have about 1,500 nonprofit partners across the country, and they are nonprofits or schools that we verify are in good standing with the IRS. And then they confirm with us that they will give the coats away for free and without discrimination. So when people are finished holding their coat drive, they then look at a map that we have of nonprofit partners to find a nonprofit in their community that needs coats, and they can take them directly there. And the really nice thing about that program is that if there's no one super close to you, you can find a nonprofit that is close by, and we can add them to our program to expand the people that receive coats. And by doing it this way, you know, One Warm Coat is not duplicating efforts. We're working with organizations that are already serving individuals and families in their communities. And we're taking a piece, you know, of something that they need. They need coats for the people that they serve, but they might not have the budget for it. So we're helping to provide that. And then they can use their budget, which are often, you know, very small, for, you know, the aspects of their mission that they really need.
And it's, you know, everybody has a coat in their closet that they haven't worn for at least a year or two. So it seems like, you know, it's a no-brainer. It's such a win-win for everyone.
Yeah, I think it's really easy, especially with coats, to forget what you have almost in your closet. So it's such a great opportunity for everyone each year. And really, you could hold a coat drive at any time of year. And we have people who hold them at any time of year, but especially at this time of year, as it starts to get cold, to really encourage your coworkers, neighbors, family to go through their closets. As adults, I think we have coats that we don't wear, but, you know, especially with children, they outgrow them so quickly. And if they are in good condition and clean, pass them on to one of your neighbors who really needs them. Coats are expensive. So that is something that really can hit people's budgets very hard when they're experiencing poverty or experiencing homelessness and, really just don't have the funds to buy coats maybe for their whole family. So it's such a great way to just give a little bit of generosity to our neighbors from something that most people aren't using anymore in their closets.
And I can imagine from the receiving end, it's not just about being a little warmer. There's got to be so much more that comes with the idea that there's somebody out there that cares and that they're willing to go to some length of trouble to help me out as a person who probably needs more than just a coat, but a coat is a great symbol of that community outreach, you could say. Are there any examples that you've seen of people? I don't know if you see the receiving end, or do you ever see the people that actually get these coats?
We were actually in New York on Tuesday for Giving Tuesday, and we did a big coat distribution, which we don't do very often. We usually do it once or twice a year. And generally when a company has coats that they've donated to us. So we were in New York. We had 1,000 coats to donate on Giving Tuesday this year.
Wow.
And I was just saying with my coworkers earlier, I mean, the whole event is really wonderful to be able to be interacting with the people that need coats and giving to them and speaking with them and learning about their lives. And I had 3 young children come up to me who were all in short sleeves that were asking for coats. And it was 30 degrees in New York on Tuesday. So it was so cold, and, it was heartbreaking. And to be having these children who are standing there, coming to get coats because they didn't have anything, and they really weren't even dressed appropriately for the weather otherwise. So as a mother and, a compassionate person, it was really felt like such a remarkable thing. And sometimes I think maybe people might think, oh, it's just a coat, but it's not just a coat. You're sharing warmth, you're sharing kindness, you're sharing love. And the people that are receiving the coats really do appreciate what they're receiving, because it is more than a coat, like you said. And for a lot of people, it's, shelter, and they might not just be wearing it outside. They might be wearing it in their homes as well. If they don't have great insulation, if they don't have the heat on, for people who are living in cities and taking buses, walking to a bus, walking to school, it provides, a shelter to keep them safe from the temperatures. So a coat is a really important basic need that a lot of our neighbors, really don't have.
And I can only imagine the ripple effect that people experience when they come across an organization like yours and say, wow, there's so much positivity here that's being spread through the community. Maybe there's something I could do on my end, and it may involve the One Warm Coat program, or it may involve something completely different, but just the sense of giving and passing along the positivity, I can imagine that's part of the process as well.
Definitely. I think, especially when people get involved at a young age with One Warm Coat, it's just really great about teaching young children about generosity and kind of the cycle of giving back and why it's important, and, teaching that empathy. And for many of our coat drive organizers, once they're connected with the nonprofit that they take the coats to, there's really a relationship that's created there. And then they will do things really throughout the year with that organization, because they maybe are a part of a coat distribution, or even just when they're dropping off the coats and interacting with the staff. Really important relationships are built there at the local level too, which, to your point, is so important. And I think really allows people to understand what the needs are in their community and how they can get involved in a really simple ways that make a big difference in people's lives.
Yeah, I'll bet. And it's just sort of an amazing that ripple effect that can cause people to just, it's almost like as we're giving, we're also receiving in ways that we may not be able to put into words, but that feeling of being involved in that sort of a give and take situation where all of a sudden I was the giver and now I'm receiving something I didn't even expect. I thought I was going to be the hero here, and now here I am, the one that's, taking away this positive sensation of connection, and I want to do more with this. I mean, it's a pretty amazing organization that you have there.
Thank you. And I do think we hear that from a lot of our organizers who experience that kind of maybe they're surprised to experience that. So I do think we see a lot of that, which is, truly wonderful. And you're then giving in so many ways, to your neighbors, to your community, and to everyone that you held the coat drive with too, Yeah.
And in ways that, you may not ever see, it's just knowing that you've got this positive, sort of reverberation going throughout the community that is, likely going to make a big difference for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
So, well, if somebody wanted to get involved, where would they go online?
Sure. So you can visit our website, which is onewarmcoat.org. And there's three main ways to get involved. The first and easiest is to donate a coat. So we have a button on our website called Donate Coats, and it takes you to a map of all active coat drives in the country. So you can put in your zip code and find coat drives that are local that you can drop a coat off to. At this time of year, we have a lot of retail partners that are holding coat drives in addition to all of our volunteer organizers across the country. So many of those retailers offer coupons if you bring a coat to donate, which is great and really wonderful. And, we're super grateful for that. In addition, we have a lot of, like your coat drive that you spoke about, a lot of volunteers across the country are organizing coat drives right now. So you should be able to put in your zip code and find a coat drive nearby. The second way to get involved is a little bit more time consuming, and that's really to give your time and organize a coat drive. So if you go to that map and there isn't a coat drive nearby, we encourage you to hold a coat drive, with your school, place of worship, your business, at your house for a weekend or so. So it's really easy to do. You can make the time, whatever time period you're looking to do it, whether it's now or further into the winter or even spring with spring cleaning. The third way is to make a financial donation, which are always needed, of course. And with One Warm Coats model, every $1 donated warms one person because that money goes right back into our program and into the coat drive program, directly supports that. So, we have really low overhead. 97% of every dollar goes directly to our program, which is wonderful. So those are the three main ways to give back. But, especially as we're getting into the cold temperatures, people really do need coats. And it's a really easy way to get involved.
That's great. And one clarification I wanted to make, I was surprised to know that One Warm Coat also collects scarves, sweaters, gloves, hats. I mean, it's not just about the coats. It's about really all the accoutrement to keep warm. I mean,
really, we say pretty much all outerwear.
Yeah.
Because most of our nonprofit partners are really happy to take that as well, to your point. So, and especially like if you're in the warmer climates, you might not have a parka to donate, but you might have a great raincoat or a thick sweatshirt. So the good thing about our program is that the coats that are donated stay local. So whatever you're donating locally is probably what people in that area need as well. So, we definitely encourage people, if you have scarves, if you have hats, our nonprofit partners are generally very happy to accept those as well with the coats.
That's excellent. Well, I'm really proud that we are partnering with you for the first time this year, and I know that we're going to be doing it again next year. And
how is your coat drive going so far? Have you enjoyed the process?
I have definitely enjoyed it. We've got a box that we've wrapped in wrapping paper, so it looks like a big gift out there. And it's already been filled one time. We've had to move the coats to another room to make room for more coats. So I think we're going to hit our 20 coat goal pretty easily. And it's just cool when people come in here to donate. There's just a fun vibe about the whole thing. And, I'm sure it's partially the holiday season, but I know a lot of it is the fact that people are doing something important and helping other people out in the community. So
if you wanted to go, a step further at the end of your drive, one of the things that some of our organizers do is create little pocket notes with just little notes with meaningful sayings, wishes, or little drawings. And put them in the pockets of the coats before they're donated. And recipients do really love that. We've gotten some great feedback over the years of people who have gotten this new coat and then they reach in their pocket and there's a nice little note that makes them smile. That's just an added bonus that is really a nice touch sometimes.
Love that idea. That's great. And we're here at the music school. I bet you we could get a bunch of our kids together and say, hey, let's do a little art project and make some special notes for some people.
Yeah,
that'd be fun. Cool. Well, thank you for that idea. That's great.
Sure.
Well, excellent. Well, we will definitely be posting the links to your site and everything to the podcast, and we would encourage people to get involved in whatever way they see fit for them. And love the mission that you guys are on, and keep up the great work. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk today.
Sure. Thank you so much for sharing warmth and holding a coat drive with us. We really appreciate it.
Definitely. All right. Well, take care, Patti.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us this week on the Castro Valley Compass, navigating your week through Castro Valley. Do you have an idea for the show, or would you like to get involved? We'd love to hear from you. You can send us an email at info@castrovalleycompass.com. That's info@castrovalleycompass.com. See you next time on the Castro Valley Compass, brought to you by the Castro Valley School of Music.